Good evening, YouTube. My name is Harry James Clark, and of course I am the Panda XA, so yeah. Another bundle of cards has just gotten revealed, and Infinite Ignition stuff specifically, and I want to talk and I want to crank out my iPad again like I did last 2 times and talk about it. Because it's fun, and I love the sound of my own voice. And you do too, that's why you're here. So yeah. The Infinite Ignition stuff, including the cover card that we've seen, you know, the giant, I think it's called a bucket wheel excavator. I love the name. Oh yeah, funny story, like, after seeing this card review, me and my older brother looked those bucket wheel excavators up, and have you seen the immense scale of those things? They're actually the largest vehicle known to man, because they technically move if only a little. But yeah, wow, those things are just impressive. So yeah, definitely a befitting Xyz boss monster for the construction machinery themed archetype. Oh yeah, it's rank 9, not 10. Fair enough. Looking at the cards, I didn't think they were going to be any rank 10 synergies, because they as much as train synergy is nice and all, we still want them to be distinct from them. And yeah. But the question is, do they hold up on their own? Will they? I have hopes. Well, let's see what these cards... Well, let's talk about these cards, like. First up, I'm going to talk about the rank 9. Infinite Ignition Earthshaker, the bucket wheel excavator. He's a rank 9 Earth machine with 3100 attack and 2100 defense. He has 3 effects, the first and third of which are locked to hard on's turn. Event number 1, by detaching any number of materials from him, target the same number of cards on the field and destroy them. His second effect is similar to the rank 5 we saw earlier. If he destroys any monster by battle, attach it to him as material. And his final effect is, also just like the Storm, if he's in your graveyard, you may tribute a machine link to special summon back in defense mode. As we remember, the Infinite Ignitions have a link 1, so they could easily bring this back from the graveyard again and again and again and again and again, and this card and continually pop cards. The stats are 3100 and 2100, which is also more than enough for what he's trying to do. So yeah, being able to target and destroy 2 cards. He's a generic rank 9, so that begs the question, would you ever use this instead of something like Enter Blafnir and True King of All Calamities outside of an Infinite Ignition deck that can summon rank 9s? No. But is it good enough for what Infinite Ignitions? More. Definitely good enough. But yeah, okay, this is probably the true boss monster. The Link free monster with 4000 attack, so yeah. Infinite Ignition Fortress Megaton Gale, so yeah. Pretty much their true boss monster, kind of like that Sacred Phoenix Link. So yeah, Link free, Earth Machine, Link effect, attack 400. And his Link arrows are bottom left, bottom right, and the final one to the right. If you need a frame of reference, they're exactly the same Link arrows as Rusty Bardiche. No wait, I checked the last video where I mentioned this. Bottom left, bottom right, and then to the right. I remember because I double checked the last video and the thing gets mirrored. So yeah. I hope I'm pointing at the right direction. So yeah. Oh yeah, his effect. He's got 2 effects, only 2. Keeping it simple. And the second of which is locked to hard once a turn. His first effect is that he's unaffected by all monster effects except for Xyz monsters, and cannot be destroyed by battle except with Xyz monsters. Given that he's a 4000 attack point beater, this makes him impressively difficult to out. I mean, we don't see much. Castell, and things like Castell and Silent on an Arc are nice things, but they don't turn up as much as they used to. I mean, we still get a bit of Break Sword, though. He'll out him. And there's nothing preventing him from coming back from the graveyard. Oh yeah. And his second effect, the one that we're talking about hard on turn, target an Xyz monster in your graveyard and a card your opponent controls. Special summon your Xyz monster and attach the opponent's card to it as material. However, your opponent takes halved battle damage for the rest of the turn, so you can't. So yeah, being able to bring back one of your monsters while getting rid of one of their cards, non-destruction based, still targeting though. So yeah, that's a really powerful play, just like to flex on them. So yeah, this seems like a pretty solid boss monster. I don't think we'll be relying on it because its summoning requirements, which I forgot to get into, are a whopping 3, count them, 3 Xyz monsters, which I'd say is probably Quasar levels of difficulty. But yeah, I can't believe I forgot the summoning requirement. I'm so ridiculous. But yeah, this effect is written to be open enough that you can use it in effectively any deck that can choke out Xyz monsters, like maybe even New Time Thieves, or whatever. Although choking out Xyz monsters is much harder than, say, Synchros or Lynx. Yeah. Next up, we've got our rank 7. The fact that we've got a rank 9, a 7, and a 5, and they're all Earth and Machine means we can play around with Astral Force, but I could imagine the more consistent and refined iterations of deck not doing that. But it's still a fun trick. So yeah, he's rank 7 Earth Machine Xyz effect monster, 2100 attack and 3100 defense, a complete reverse of what we saw in rank 9. And he's a generic rank 7 requiring any 2 level 7s, and his effect, he's got 3 effects, the first and third of which are locked hard on turn. First effect, detach material from him, he gains a permanent boost of 1000 attack, propping him up to 3100. His second and third effects are exactly the same as rank 9. Just attach any destroyed monster by battle to him as material, and he can be brought back from graveyard by tributing a link, but only in defense, which is arguably more favourable for him because 3100 defense. Good. Your opponent is probably going to have to be pressed to get rid of him. So yeah. Now for some main deck monsters. Infinite Ignition Rock Anchor. Oh yeah, rank 7's called Infinite Ignition Colossal Mountain. Like, I think I forgot to mention that. Man, I am pretty behind things. Okay, we're going to talk about main deck monsters. Infinite Ignition Rock Anchor, level 4 Earth Machine effect, 800 attack and 500 defense. So, he has 2 effects. They're both locked to hard once a turn. Effect being when normal or if normal or special summoned, special summon an Earth Machine from your hand defense mode, except for another Rock Anchor. And effect number 2 is target machine monster you control except him until the end of turn. The levels of this card and that monster change to become the combined levels of those 2 cards. So basically you can pair them up with another monster to basically make those high rank Xyz plays. Although one application I realise this card has is that you can use this thing in a gadget deck to make rank 8s, which is definitely a very useful utility. Who knows, maybe you could even play around with, say, Ancient Gears, because this thing is searchable by Ancient Gearbox. Oh yeah, you can just immediately special summon an Ancient Gearbox and go for a rank 8 end. I love it! Sorry, I just love this type of opening and this, and just like all the possibilities are there. So yeah, the last card we revealed is actually a level 5 main deck monster called Infinite Ignition Cancer Crane. So yeah, he's a level 5 Earth Machine effect monster with 2100 attack, 500 defense. Searchable by Ancient Gearbox, just like the last one. And being level 5 means that you can potentially pair him with the special summon with the effect of Rock Anchor and like basically make them both level 9, which gets us Earthshaker. So yeah, going to his effects, both of which are locked hard on his turn. His effect, which is an effect that activates in your hand, tribute an Earth Machine you control to special summon him from your hand in defense. God, that's... His next effect is that you may banish a machine from your graveyard to add Super Contact Expansion from your deck to your hand. So yeah, Super Contact Expansion is a card we've not seen revealed yet, but all we know about it is that It's a card specifically listed by name, so it's not an archetype of supporting spells and traps. But yeah, I'm assuming that Super Contact expansion is got to be really good to justify using this, because this card is probably the weakest possible, feels like the weakest possible version of the card that still technically gets its job done. Being able to tribute a monster then banish it for a search is a pretty cute play, but it's not really that efficient, especially since he's in defense mode, so you can't just like smash with 2100 beaters for funsies. Although the fact that you can special summon from your hand a Rock Anchor is a really nice play, although you will still have to have a machine monster in your graveyard to set up to banish to search. So it's a it's a very interesting dynamic actually, and I quite like it, but it still feels like the weakest possible iteration of the card. So yeah, all in all, these cards they're shaping up. I can't quite picture we don't quite have a complete solid engine like we do with the Evil Eye that we can test out on Wigo Pro and basically win duels, but yeah, we're going to see them eventually when we get introduced to their main consistency cards. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video, unless Wigo Pro updates with something new. Not really. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. So if you benefited by this video, please say so in the comments down below. And as always, my name is Jade Clark, VPanMSA, and I shall see you the next time. Peace out.